So language is like an iceberg. So under here, so I think we have it backwards. I think that we have language is the access to culture. If we had enough language, we could participate in English. We could go to Germany. If we had the language, we could participate in German society. Actually, the opposite is true. You have to get the culture first. You have to know who Little Red Riding Hood is. You have to know Once Upon a Time. You have to know Prince Charming. A little bit about the history. Three Sheets to the Wind. We have a very nautical and a very agricultural history. So you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. People know that whether they've ever touched a horse in their life, right? Too many irons in the fire is from blacksmithing and part of our history. So students need to read and watch TV and experience English culture in many, many ways before they can get to language, really. But at least we can give them a heads up to look for, listen to music. You don't listen at music, you don't listen near music, and you don't look to movies. Look at and listen to. They like it. It's like hunting. So start with jokes. So this little man here, the little clown, says, joke. This is a joke to the students because they don't know. They don't have the little cues. So you have to tell them first, I'm going to tell you a joke. So they know to look for the punchline, so they know to look for the other meaning. This is beyond fantastic. It's on page 183. And this pinpoints exactly when abstract thinking happened for native speakers. So this teacher is a grade 1 teacher, I forget what state she was in. And she gave them the first half of common expressions. So for my students, I go through the expressions. So expressions like, don't change horses in the middle of the stream, and I write in, this means, or what do you think this means? And we study the actual expressions. Strike while the iron's hot, so the timing is critical. It's always darkest before the dawn. Different expressions. We do that. And then the joke, you give them the first half, and this is what grade 1 students answered, what they filled in the rest of the expression, what they thought it would be. Don't change horses until they stop running. And it's also in italics, so they can see that this is funny. And they're advanced students. I'm waiting for John to laugh, because John will see that this is funny. Grammar is 2-dimension, and literal, even the dictionary and the literal definitions of things are 2 dimensions. Unfortunately, English is 3 dimensions. And it's very limiting what grammar is going to give you access to. It's very limiting what a literal definition is going to give you access to. So these guys don't have it. They're 6 years old. It's always darkest before daylight savings. Never underestimate the power of termites. You can lead a horse to water, but how? Don't bite the hand that looks dirty. No news is impossible. So in that little pause, you can finish that your own, right? You're going, no news is good news. Like, we know. What's next? So the little twist is these children have literal, and then of course the last one is everyone's favorite. Better late than 5 years old, 6 years old. How do they know that?
They heard a conversation.
They heard a conversation, right? And they didn't fit it all together yet. So we weren't born with this ability to string, but we don't teach them that. I don't know how we think they're going to get it unless we teach it to them. And this is the best place to teach them. I have the goofiest joke book ever. And that's what it's called, and you can get it from Amazon. I should distribute for these people, because I get it, and then I give it away, and I get it, and I give it away, and I give it, and it's all those, plays on words and double meanings that we think are so freaking hysterical. So we don't do knock-knock jokes anymore, because they fulfilled the purpose. When we were 6 and told elephant jokes, when we were 6 and told knock-knock jokes, we learned there's something else going on here, and that's what we brought forward. And that's the level of sophistication and fluency